So, time, the sacredness of time, the now moment. That's what today is about. Tonight is about being present. There's no time like the present. Time sometimes gets a bad rap because, we're told it's this mental construct and it's this thing that sometimes we are forced to live these rigid rules by. It's just a measurement of how we're going to do things. And I just want us to be open to, yes, we may all have to have time in terms of let's know when we're all going to show up at the restaurant, or, what time we may have to get to a particular place. I get that. But I'm inviting us to release this idea that holds us hostage and just stand in being in the present moment no matter when. So the invitation is to come out of the past. Don't be in the future. Be right here, right now. Be in that space of your home, your heart, your soul. Feeling your pulse. Feeling the blood through your veins. Feeling where you're sitting. Feeling where your feet are. Feeling, if there's wind coming on your skin. Feeling, if you feel an itch in your head. All of that, because being present, being present is powerful. It helps keep us calm. It gives us clarity. Did you know that we probably make about, I think I saw like 35,000, what do they call decisions? 35,000 decisions a day. If you have clarity, if you have calm, if you're right here, right now, do you know how much easier it is to make those decisions and then know that those decisions are being made from a space of ease, from a space of harmony, as opposed to it's so much going around me, oh, I just got to pick something. So we get to have less anxiety. Come out of time, come into the right now moment. Come into this space of calling what you have as sacred. You get to create sacred space for you, sacred allowance of moments of tenderness, moments of reflection. If we are out of time and we can be in the moment, think about being in the moment in certain conversations. Sometimes people, they drift off. But what about when you're fully present? Don't you feel it more? Don't you hear it more? And then when it's the opposite, don't you feel heard? Don't you feel respected? When you can tell the person is right there. They're not anywhere else. They're giving you all of their energy. Where is your energy? Where is your focus when it comes to time? Are you rushing around missing all of the miracle moments? Don't do that. Don't do that. Be present. Be connected, because this is what's going to make you, this is what's going to allow you to have all your good, your best. When we say there's no time like the present, start the thing, allow the thought, write the letter, make the decision, make the choice. These are all things that you can do in your own sacred time in the now. When I think about recently, oh yes, very recently, very, very recently, I had something to celebrate, okay? Things have been going very well for me, and I am standing in gratitude for all the good that God has given me. I've been asking for, to know, feel, and sense all of this for myself. I've been getting a beautiful reset and a beautiful refresh. And so I wanted to celebrate. I find all types of ways to celebrate, but I had this small bottle of champagne. I had it since last year. And I wanted to pop it open. My boo does not drink. I popped it open and I enjoyed the champagne. Because for me, it was like being in the moment of the good. How dare I let this moment pass me by and not recognize how blessed I am. I love that. Yes. So wind, as it blows, it can be like your time. It can be easy for you if you allow it to be easy for you. You don't have to sort of allow so much rigidity that you can't enjoy what is yours to do, what's been put on your heart to do. The sacredness of the now moment. Have you ever had a really good meditation where there was no space, no time? You were just there and you could feel yourself as large as the universe? Then I also want you to think about music, what we're listening to right now. Doesn't music take you out of the illusion of the clock? Doesn't it just make your heart just feel alive? That's what being in the present moment does. It gives us knowing that yes, we're here, we're alive, we're exuberant with so much beautiful energy. So, see time as a sacred gift. I see it kind of sort of like we're in this ocean, all right? And we get to learn the rhythm of the waves in a way that works for us. So yes, like I said, there'll be times we have to be on the clock in terms of being somewhere, we're having to do something. But for your own life, for your own self, set yourself up to appreciate those tiny moments, those tiny gifts of life, of expression, of goodness, of grace. I just have to express, I love this. I love the way it makes me feel. Open and alive. And right now I'm choosing to just be in this moment, and that's why I'm allowing my body to sync, my breath to sync, my movement to sync with the music. I'm just inviting us all to be right here, right now. There's nothing to worry about. No regrets. You move past whatever that moment was, whatever that thing was. You move past it all. You get to be here. You get to feel your skin. You get to feel your heartbeat. What do they say? Today is a gift. The present. Be present. You know, and I'm all about when I am rushing around, okay? I'm choosing to allow that clock to box me in, as opposed to other times when I'm free-flowing, when I say, this is an affirmation, there is more than enough time for everything. That's big and bold, right? Good vibes. Because there is more than enough time for everything. There's time for you to be able to wake up leisurely for prayer and meditation and exercise and walking and looking at the trees and staring at your children before they wake up or staring at your partner. There is more than enough time to enjoy if you go to a job or a building, to enjoy the ride, the drive, the walk, to take in the nuances of, yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm blessed. Yes, life is good. Rethink time. It's sacred. It gives you opportunity to think about all of your good, to think of the many ways that you are expressed. Oh, and did you know, and if you're open to this, some of us may not be open to this, parallel universe is happening right now. Ooh, that there's a whole bunch of you in a whole bunch of places having a whole bunch of activity and beingness. Yes. Yes, you get to have all of that. You get to know all of that. In these parallel universes and the many yous that exist, each of them are already available to you. So you get to decide how you want to work with this thing called time. You get to decide if it is something that works in your favor. if it's something that you're constantly pushing against, if it's something you're always feeling like there's not enough of, or if you know you're in the ease and flow of it, take that breath. There is more than enough time for everything. There is more than enough time for everything. That's the affirmation that I really want us to hold on to. There is more than enough time. The sacred now. Right now. Hi, how you doing? There's so much that we could put our energy into. So let's focus on being easy with ourselves. We're not going to let that time box us in. We're going to take little moments for ourselves, little sacred reminders of love. You know, before I have talked about you can set timers on your phone. Now, if you're notificationed out, then don't do it. But these are things I'm talking about to bring you into the present moment. Maybe each time you go to the restroom and wash your hands, you remember to take a few sacred breaths and remember that you're alive. You remember that you're present. Maybe every time you get up and you walk down a certain hallway. Maybe every time you pass a certain item. Maybe every time you say a certain word, you see a certain person. Help yourself to be present, to click into, I'm here. I'm grateful. I'm alive. I'm thriving. There's more than enough time. The now moment is where all the wonder is. Because in the past, that can bring, what do they say, the depression and the future. But right here, it's so sweet. Oh, right here is so sweet. Right here is so sweet. Right here is so good. Right here is so wonderful. And there's nothing else that can be that, you know. God is our beautiful focal point in all things. So if we take the time to remember God in every moment, if we take the time to remember joy in every moment, all is well. We get to choose what we experience. We get to have the love, the ease, the harmony. So instead of looking at time like it's some sort of enemy or competitor that you are racing against, look at it as your friend, your homegirl, your homeboy, you know, the one that sets you up for success, the one that's always looking out for you, the one that's always got your back. I just invite you to try that for a minute, because I'm one of those people. I used to do the whole, I'll set the time different. Come on now, you know what I'm talking about. Different in the car, different here and there, to psych myself out. Oh, I have whatever. Doesn't really work. But those moments when I say I am bending time, those moments when I say time is my friend, I have more flow, I have more ease, I have more harmony. So, you know, it's a possibility to you. Maybe think about ways that you can be present. I know that, so my daughter, you know, sometimes she calls me, you know, with something going on. And time is usually one of those little things that are, you know, up for, you know, negative discussion. When we have our conversation, sometimes, you know, I will tell her, you know, there's more than enough time. And then I'll be like, be right here, right now. Just breathe. Just breathe. That breath feels good. And that breath is just like, whatever that issue was or whatever that thing is, okay, maybe it doesn't make it go away, but it certainly takes it down to the, you know, I'm here. And so obviously whatever comes before me, God has given me the tools in order to move through it, to heal from it, to grow beyond it, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to use the sacred time. I'm going to use mindfulness, being quiet. I'm going to use being easy with myself as tools to help me. So what could you be doing in your now moments? In your now moments, how can you start to treat yourself to some love, some tenderness, some easiness? Instead of beating yourself up when, time doesn't work for you. Right? We want to stop that. We want to be connected. We want to be filled with the present. Remember, it's about energy and focus. I'm using my buddy time. I'm using the clock to support me in all that I do. Now, of course, we have these things called the biological clock, the social clocks. We know that really, like I said, there is no time, but we have to use it just as a measuring stick or a measuring tool. So what I'm suggesting is let it help you, okay? Let time really be your friend. And I also mentioned, there's no time like the present. If there is a call you need to make, a love letter you need to write, some steps in exercise you would benefit from taking, there's no time like the present. If you, have a business idea and you've just been sitting on it, there's no time like the present to start mapping things out, to start creating an outline, and to write the vision and make it plain, okay? That's the biggest thing. Talking about writing a vision, you can bend time when you put your energy and focus on the desires that God gives you in your heart. If you spend more time in the now moment, feeling and knowing all of the gifts that you have, then there is opportunity that you'll look up and you'll see that you're already having those experiences. This is what can happen with sacred time. And then you'll get to applaud yourself sooner rather than later. Now, whenever you get a chance to applaud yourself, it works out. Yes, everything is now, LL, she says. Even the past and the future are now. Quantum science. Yes, you bring up a very valid point. When I talked about all those parallel universes, and then also there might be a you that looks to be, I'm going to say 20, and there's a you that might, look to be 80. It's all happening now. See, if we shift our mind, just ask for expansion, ask for growth, ask for more knowing of truth, and you'll get it. So then these concepts won't feel so big and scary. We may have been lied to about a lot of things, but now it's up to us to determine for ourselves what is real. So we get to determine what time is. We get to determine what our life is about. So centering in the present moment, centering in the now, it works. It's good. It makes for more harmony. It makes for more ease. Every time we introduce a new idea to ourselves, sometimes it's a natural rejection. So you may have to feed yourself some of these thoughts, ideas, beliefs several times in several ways, through voice, through writing, through looking in the mirror and saying them and looking yourself in the eye, through constantly talking about it. Remember, energy and focus. To start opening yourself up to it if you're having any sort of difficulty accepting the grandeur of you in the now and time being your friend and working for you as opposed to you working for it. You give it meaning. So, be right here, be right now, feel your heart beating, feel the light and the presence of spirit around you. Take in the knowingness, feel the light in your body, feel your heartbeat, your pulse. Let that bring a smile to your face, knowing that all is well, all is good, because all is God. Be in the now moment, have ease, have grace, be able to make more decisions easily. Life is for you. Life is for you. So when you do get time to have fun or do something for yourself, what kind of things do you like to do? How do you celebrate yourself? You know, you might not want to be like me, you know, take some Euro small, because I don't want anybody thinking I'm just at home. Small bottle of champagne, you know, and celebrate. But if you want to do that, that's fine. I always, you know, that's not the only way I celebrate. But for what was right in that moment, that was perfect, parfait, or perfecto, Portuguese. I had to speak a little bit of that in a wedding not too long ago, so I do like to add sometimes little simple phrases from other languages. Sometimes when I do weddings, if it applies to the people who I'm marrying or their family members, I'm thoughtful like that. But no, time. How is it working for you? Tell me about it. When I think back to now I'm a very structured person, okay? So yes, there are boundaries, there are things, you know, that, like I said, have to be done. And I'm the kind of sicko that even puts in my relaxed time or my downtime to make sure that I get it, because it's important. So I want you to just think about how are you allowing time to work for you, or how are you allowing time to work against you. I just made a whole new word. I learn Oh my goodness. And then, you know, when we're present in the moment, it kind of can help us stop like just all the busyness. I don't know about your mind, but oftentimes mine will go to the future, what I need to get prepared to do. Nothing wrong with the list. Fine, get it out your mind and in your phone or somewhere, so then you can be present for happy thoughts. How do I feel today? How does my heart feel today? How do my hands feel? How's my skin feeling? What is it like when I'm sitting here, when I'm lying here? You know? How's the music making me feel? Is it making me feel uplifted, in-tuned, attuned? Yes. What's going on for me?
It is your duty to learn.
You get to decide how your life works. So, one of the biggest things that we have been put in this particular universe is having to deal with time. Oh, LL says, time is very difficult for me. It never felt natural to my soul. It feels artificial, LOL. And you have never been more accurate. However, somebody made it up. I like to follow my flow. Absolutely. And that's just it. Just in terms of us having to, you know, all come together for things. But other than that, how can you support yourself in being in your own flow? Yeah, just be in your own flow. It's a possibility to do that, to have that where, okay, I might have to be mindful to some degree. But when you create more moments of freedom for yourself, more moments of being outside of the clock, you'd be surprised how much easier it is to create even more moments like that. It doesn't seem like it, but it's true. It's just like this thing, okay, like don't talk about me, but I was reading something about, you know, when people have to, they don't drink enough water. And they actually, you know, even though they don't drink enough water, they will have to get up maybe in the nighttime and still go to the restroom more. You know, it's something about, because something they're not doing, something's not happening properly in the body. So it's that same thing, the opposite with time. So it's like if you keep making yourself have these issues with it, you'll always have an issue. If you do some appropriate ease planning that sets you up for a big space of downtime, then you'll start getting a habit of creating more downtime for yourself. And then you'll always be able to, manage your affairs. And I know what you say, LL. Yeah, somebody did make it up, But, we do follow the sun, and we can follow, the stars, and we can follow the moon and all of that to have a rough idea of, what's happening in the earth, which could then have a direct effect of what's happening with us. I do feel like at different times I am time averse, But like I said, when I choose to be in the moment, when I trust that everything is in divine flow, when I say time is my friend working to support me, then things go so much easier. Oh my goodness. I set myself up for that recently, for work that I had to do for weddings. Wow, y'all. It was so easy and beautiful and divine and in the flow and harmonious because I started off saying, time is my friend. It is working with me. And then he gave me even more time. And I'd like to thank my unofficial, it's official driver. No, I'd like to thank my unofficial, it's official 314 driver. Thank you. And then I talked about bending time because that's that whole thing about me determining in my universe what I'm going to experience. I'm going to experience being where I want to be, when I want to be there. Opening up my heart to say, in the blink of an eye, there's more than one universe. So I'm choosing to be in a universe where I am here at this particular second. Y'all, I know it sounds she, foo, delulu, whatever you want to say. Just practice it. Just practice it one time, okay? Just practice it one time. Just once, I promise you. And you will see that time is your friend. Time is your friend. Now, let's talk about bedtime. For those of us who don't believe in one. Really, the whole purpose is to make sure we get sufficient sleep for our body. So if a bedtime works for you, you need a certain amount of hours, great. If not, be in your flow, Yeah, LL says time is a measurement tool and a language. But we have made it a foundation, a lifestyle. Yeah, I agree. We have made it a foundation, and God is the foundation. And God is timeless. God is fully present. The all presence, all present in every second, every moment. So that's good. So while we're saying time be my friend, and help me to remember God's spirit source is my foundation. Remember, we give energy and focus to God, love, peace. So we experience more of that. This whole life is about experiencing life, experiencing God. Yes, God is our foundation. Yeah. God is our foundation, and there's something else. I'll read it once you correct it. Yep. And God is infinite and eternal. Absolutely. In and out of time. In and out of time. Whatever universe you want to be in. The so-called past, the so-called future, the right here, the right now. I just invite you in all of it to take a breath. To be present. That's a power space. No matter what's going on around you, you're at the point of power. You're at the point of knowing. You're at the point of harmony. I'm making up all types of words with my mouth today. So I get to be in the here, in the now. I'm living in the real reality, the reality with the capital R, the R as in real, as in God, as in universe, as in peace. Okay? Yeah. So you get to create your sacred now moments. Those moments where you just dip in, You take a breath, you notice how you're feeling, you notice what's going on for you, for filling yourself up, and if there's any gentle love course correction that needs to go on. Okay, and she also said, so we are timeless beings, emanating for the heart of a timeless, eternal God. All right, I like that. Right, it's not a clock. Dump the clock. Right. Oh, from the, okay, so we are timeless beings emanating from the heart of a timeless, eternal God. I received it. Thank you. Yes. I love house music. Music is timeless. There are different songs that I don't care what year it came out in. You will see people get into it in their emotional body like it's in the now, because it is. Oh yeah, this song is fire. House music. I love this song. Yeah. But music, you know, how it can just take us places and we're just riding. Sometimes I feel like I am riding on the notes. You know, I am in the ethers. I am the universe. I have dipped and become pure purple, clairvoyant, translucent lights and yellows. I am stars, you know, along with, you know, baits and tats. Yeah, I love music. That's the timelessness of it for me. Like, woo. It's like going to the church thing. Yes, I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church. My granddaddy was a pastor. And everything that they taught me was honestly out of love, you know? It was out of love. And then as I grew on my own journey, I found some things that I felt like were more true for me, you know? But everyone is allowed their journey to believe what they believe. If it works for you, fabulous. Because I support everybody. Because, you know, for me, there's only one. So in this parallel universe, where there's a bunch of you, and there's a bunch of all of us individually, there's still only one. There's one consciousness. There's only one. So I'm not going to deny you, because then that would be denying me. See? We're not doing that. So make time your friend. Feel this music. Yes. I'm feeling my foot tapping in my new house shoe. So there's no time like the present. And then also time is of the essence. So that's like to create that sense of urgency. That I would say is one of those ones that can be in our favor and can also not be in our favor. That's right. LL says there's only one God, one creator, one source, expressing in infinite ways. All is God. God is all. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then going back to talking about time is of the essence. If you feel a sense of urgency for something you're supposed to allow in your experience that's spiritual, you know, that's your calling, that's that knock knock, hello, come on. All right. If you're feeling it in a different kind of way from the outside, okay, that's just pressure. And we're not succumbing to pressure. So I invite you to pay attention to when you feel those senses of urgency, where is it coming from? Just ask yourself, where's it coming from? And why do I feel this way? You know? Because time is our friend. Okay? There's no time like the present in terms of allowing our joy, having our good feelings, you know, doing those things that we're supposed to do, allowing those feelings that we've been suppressing, whatever the case may be, so then we can get to our greater experience. But overall, time is here to help us. It's here to facilitate our growth and our unfoldment in the now. Be here now. Don't be anywhere else. Be here now. Be here now. Be here now. So do you meditate? Remember I mentioned sometimes when I meditate, there's absolutely no time. I love when I can go into different atmospheres, and when I can see, know, sense, and feel myself as a soul, when I am out of this particular body and I'm in a more expansive awareness, when I am above this house, this town, this world, and I can feel my interconnectedness with all of spirit, all of source, there's an ease and a harmony and a light there. If I scared you, it's okay. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I don't want to scare anybody. But I just want to, you know, we're more than just, what did the movie say? We're not meat suits, you know. Now, these meat suits may have to rush around like the little mice we sometimes do, you know, on the little clock. But I'm trying to remind us that we're bigger than that. We're more than that. Oh, and for my vegans, okay, maybe you're not in a meat suit. Maybe you're in a plant-based suit. I don't know. That's true. If you're a vegan, but you still got this, and we used to call ourselves meat, what are you? What are you? Are you a tofu soup? Oh, I know. That's silly. But how is time working for you? What are you doing with your time? Are you making it count? Where is your energy and focus? What's the call? The time is now for you to allow yourself to embody all that spirit is saying. LL says, nah, it's a meat suit. Okay, it's not a plant-based suit. Okay. So I want us to be aware of how we are working in the structures that we have created for ourselves, if we're allowing them to help us succeed or excel or progress in ways that are beneficial to us or making us feel jacked up and less than. We're not down for that. We don't want to do that. I'm not interested in being jacked up. Tara has to say, time is my friend. There's more than enough time. There's more than enough time. There is more than enough time. Because I decide what time is in my mind, how large, how little, how structured, how free. When I'm in my right mind, I remember I'm in a wonderful flow. It's all ease and harmony as I go. And I arrive on time. I bend time. I squash the illusion of something stopping me or hindering me, and recognize that I'm the power source creating my destiny in certain moments. Yeah. A little black coffee for you. I love black coffee. So I always like to, I will do a little piano, a little Chicago house. I will do a little, whatever kind of house music. I'll do, stuff that's a little newer, stuff that's like, so-called old, because music is timeless. It's timeless. So when you connect with it in that moment, that's the moment that counts. I can think of certain songs, I have probably heard them through the years, and each time when I dip into them, it's just that moment is the only one that matters. No matter how many more I've had in the past, that song just brings me to a joy, a peace, a ease, a harmony. So I don't know, Lisa, I don't know what happened last week, because it's interesting. You're saying like, the sound is perfect, is good with the music. And when I tell you, I can't barely hear the music. It's kind of weird, because at first, okay, right, I admit, maybe it was a little loud, for the people out there. But for me, it's like, when it's, I can feel it, now it's like, I'm having to be present. Ooh, I just realized I didn't eat dinner. Those important things. My soul cries hallelujah. Especially when I'm free from time. Oh my goodness. I love when I have downtime. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm like a little kid in a candy store, Like I said, I do have lots of structure. So, once I get those moments where I get to release that structure, or I get to say, I got these, 6 hours of downtime, or however I slice it up or whatever, I just feel so free. I feel so free. I feel so free. I feel so good when it's like that, We wouldn't have none of this without God. These faces, these smiles, even these things that we, give complaint to, and I'm calling myself out too. Even the things we give complaint to, a lot of them are gifts from Spirit. Yeah. And so we wouldn't have anything without Spirit. We wouldn't have anything without the love of God being here for us, being here as us. Yeah, so that just came to my mind, yeah. So I really, when I'm thinking, about the oneness, so it's essential that as I am coming to my awareness and clarity about all that God is and Spirit is for me, and then when others do it too, it just empowers that idea of us being one, just us being grounded in the beauty and the elegance of God's design. We are God's design. How many of us like to people watch? I know people love to people watch, and I think innately, and I know I read something a long time ago, I can't remember what it said, but from this spirit, what comes to me is we like to see not so much examples of ourselves, but we like to see ourselves. And oftentimes we see ourselves in other people, We see ourselves. So if we see somebody that walks funny or has a nice smile or really colorful clothes or what we might deem as wild hair, we love looking at ourselves, you know. Now, some of us, we might like looking at ourselves for the wrong reason, to pick at ourselves. But, you know, we are mostly fascinated with this being that, you know, Spirit has created. So, because people watching is like a sport, you know. It's like seeing, you know, like different versions of you just out doing stuff, you know, moving around. I like it. So remember I talked about that now moment. Making sure that you check in some kind of way. If your notification down on your phone, don't do it. But then you can just randomly, when you think of, take breaths and be present with yourself, noticing how you feel, how you're doing, what's working for you, what you need to let go of. Or you can come up with some other easy triggers that support you in remembering all is well. Life is good. Time is my friend. This just made me think about, I had a job one time, and the people were really anal about time. Oh my God. They were just really anal about it. And if anybody got up to leave, I don't remember the exact quit time, or if it was 4 or 5, whatever. So let's just say it was, let's say it was 5. If somebody got up to leave and it was like 4:58, you get eyeballs at you, you get people making faces, you get people writing emails. As if sitting somewhere for so many hours is actually going to cause you to be productive. Is that really productive? I think we found out in the pandemic, when a lot of people started to work from home, that you could still have great productivity in a lot of the roles, you know, that people had. And then so it was so disheartening when there was this pull to put everybody back in office. Okay, that's my little rant. Okay, I'm off of it. Why? Because time works best for me remotely. Time works best for me remotely. Yeah, remote is my friend. And I know some people, they, you know, it worked for them for a while, but they felt like they needed to be around people, you know, and I get it. Yeah. But I have a better use of my sacred now. I have a better use of my now moments. I have better use of my time when I can orchestrate it in ways that work for me. So essentially, when I have to be somewhere else, then it's now, you know, I have to be present a lot of times, you know, and I don't want to not be present. So I would rather not be there. You know, I like to do this thing called time blocks when I work on stuff, you know, like 90 minutes, you know, that might just be me and my wild mind, how it works. But how is time working for you? How are you setting yourself up for ways where you can have your level of freedom and productivity? Okay? You gotta have yourself a level of freedom and productivity. I used to have these, it might have been I messed it up, the Franklin Covey system. I don't know. Might be getting it confused with Stephen Covey, but anyway. They would have the calendars or whatever, the scheduled things that don't have the dates on them or the times. So then you kind of fill it in loosely in a way that works for you. Yeah. That might be what you have to do. Okay. They need dinner. I'm starting to get hungry. And I know it's getting kind of late. That's another thing, time and cooking. A lot of times, see, I said it, people, we won't eat a certain meal because we feel like, oh, it'll take too long to cook. So then that's why the whole concept of fast food came, you know, fast food, fast poison came, you know. I have to remind myself I'm worth it. Right now, I'm open to coming up with more ideas, more different types of meals to make. You know, I kind of do a hodgepodge of partial cook, partial bake. Partial air fryer. Run up microwave. Just trying to do all the stuff. So yeah, be mindful. Be in the now moment. Because this gives you an opportunity to have more clarity. Gives you an opportunity to have more peace. You have less anxiety. When you are right here, right now, you actually even get things done faster when you're present, if you're having something to do. But then when you take time out for yourself to recognize your body, what's going on, taking more breath, giving yourself more oxygen, taking moments to see yourself, you know, as light and things of that nature. These are all beneficial to you. Being mindful is good. And there's no time like the present to start embodying more of what is there for you to embody. You have to pay attention to the natural thing about whether you're going to let real urgencies move you forward or false urgencies. You know, whatever works. Right. So I've enjoyed this time. I wish I could. I see Sleepy King. I see Carsonite. I see Sajid Ma. I see Amy Deer. I see Kim Zada. Thank you. Yo, this song is by Bedouin. Some indigenous ritualistic house music. Oh, and I see Danny. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Subi. Man, I see some black heart, hate, black heart, you. Then with a wild face and then a red heart. Yeah, it does has a mellow vibe. For another time in the top of the hour, you know what I'm talking about, I'll give it opportunity to play. But I have appreciated our time together. Oh, that's what I say a lot of my sessions with clients, you know, because when people give energy and space and share it with you, you know, that's a big deal. So whether you stay in a moment, a minute, or longer, I am very grateful. I am so grateful. And I pray that every moment you spent, that there was something that was revealed to you in a loving way that ultimately will support you. Because that's what it's about. It's about God. You know, we listen to this music, filling ourselves with the knowingness of spirit each day, every time. Right, this makes me want to, you know, do some soul hiking through the, you know, the desert, you know. I feel some desert. I feel some desert stars, you know. I feel my loose clothing, and I feel like, you know, my expansion, you know, going like through the desert to the center of the earth. It's okay if you don't understand. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. All right. I thank you all. Very grateful for your time, your presence, and your attention. Have a beautiful night.